First thing I'm gonna talk about is USB. If you have a USB, you can plug it in here. Anything you have on that USB, you can print it off. You can also scan documents to that USB. So this screen will pop up to print a document. You're gonna go there, and if that ever does that, as long as you have your USB plugged in, you can always go back to that first screen by hitting this little icon right here. So I'm gonna hit that little icon, takes me back. So to print a document, you're gonna go here. If you wanna scan a document or save a document to that USB, you hit that save. So we're gonna go to print, and then highlight the file or files that you want. Select print. Now you don't have a physical keypad, so you either have to hit your 10 keypad for your quantity or this number of sets, either or. Once you place your quantity, once you press start, that'll print that out for you. And voila. And voila. All right, so if you want to scan a document to that drive, everything from your document feed is going to be face up. You're going to hit from that first page, hit save, or you hit this save. Either one will bring you to this page. Then you just highlight your file name. That gibberish should be in there. Just hit clear. That'll take that out, and then name it what you want to name it. Select OK. You can scan double-sided originals. You can change the resolution. Go up to 600 DPI, ultrafine like myself. You can scan it in color, black and white or grayscale. You scan any one of those file types. And you also have a page separation. So if it's more than one page and you need them as separate files, you can hit your page separation, hit one file per email, and the email is just a jargon. And then it'll go in as however many pages you have, it'll go in as however many files that is. And once you press start, it'll scan it to that drive. All right. Normally we default to the black and white. But if you want to choose color, you want to always go with your auto color. Auto color, difference between auto color and full color. Auto color counts what it sees. So if it's black and white, it'll count it as black and white. If it's color, it'll count it as color. Whereas full color will count everything as color. Because what it does, it pulls from the yellow, magenta, and cyan and makes a black instead of actually pulling from the actual black toner. Your paper trays, got tray 1 set as legal, tray 2 is letter, tray 3 is letter. You also have a bypass that accommodates any size from an envelope to 12 by 18. Your zoom, if you want to do any reduction or enlargement, your preset reductions on the right, and it shows you the paper that's affiliated with that percentage. Your enlargements on the left. If you want to manually change it, select your zoom, and you can use your plus or minus key to go in the appropriate direction, or you can tap on that, hit clear, and you can key in your own percentage. You can reduce down to 25%, you can enlarge up to 400%. Double-sided copying. One-sided, two-sided. We'll take single-sided originals and produce a double-sided copy. Two-sided and one-sided, we'll take a double-sided original and split it back up to single-sided copies. And two-sided, we'll take a double-sided and make a double-sided. Being that said, your document feeder is dual feed, so it only scans it once. It's a single pass, but it still captures both sides. also have a combine. A lot of folk use it for PowerPoint, but it's for filing purposes as well. This is where you can place multiple pages on one sheet of paper. You can do 2-in-1, 4-in-1, or 8-in-1. And if you're unsure of anything that you're doing, you can hit this little arrow right here and select preview and hit start. And you can view that on the screen before you print it. So it took those 4 sheets and placed them on one page. So if you like it, press start. If not, you can hit reset and start all over again. And there you have it. Stapling. If you have the finisher. Go to your finishing, select your corner, press start. Or for the young folk, if you just hit this little icon right here, if you pay attention to finishing, when I hit that icon, that little dot pops up, that shows that you selected the default, which is the top left-hand corner. And there's your staple. Scanning, go to your fax scan button. And if you want to send it to everybody, just highlight everybody's name. Like I say, you can scan double-sided originals. You can change the resolution. Go up to 600 DPI. You can scan it in color, black and white, or grayscale. Once again, you can scan it in one of those file types. You have your page separation on this as well. You can name it, whatever your file name, highlight your file name. The gibberish should be in there again, just hit clear. Name it what you want to name it. By default, there'll be a subject and a from. You can change those as well. But once you scan it, it'll go back to the default. And if it's more than 200 pages, you can turn the separate scan on, and you can scan more than 200 pages and send it as one job. So basically, just split this up here. And let's just say this was 400 pages. You put the first 200 up there, press start. You put the remainder up there, press start. And that way the entire 400 pages is in there. And then hit finish and start, and it'll send those 400 pages. We'll go over to toners and paper jams and staples. If we get stuck up here, just pop this up. This is as far as that goes. And if you see it in here, just pop this, and you'll be able to retrieve the paper from there. If you don't close that properly, it circles the document feeder and it's telling you that this is not closed. And you want to put a little force on that. Inside the machine will be right here. Just open this up. That detaches. Everything green you can flip and roll. Just be careful right here, it gets extremely hot. If you have a tray 3, you want to open this first and make sure that the paper isn't in between there. If it is, if you try to pull the tray out, it's going to rip that paper, and then you're going to have a hard time trying to retrieve the actual paper that's torn. If it makes it through all that, you lift this up. So if you see that arrow, it'll be in your conveyance area. To release it, you go up and to the left at the same time. If you see this arrow, it'll be in your Lamborghini door. Inside the machine. be right here. This goes left and right. That one goes to the right only. That one comes down. This one comes out. The saddle stitch, that comes out. That goes left and right as well. And you got a lever right here and a lever right there. Your staples, you got regular staples that go right here. When it's empty, you don't have to roll this to the front. When it's empty, it'll move itself to the front like so. And then you just pull this blue lever and that comes out. You'll push that up, that'll release this. You'll take this out, throw it away. The new one will look just like this. Place that in there, push that down, push that back down, and then just place it back in here like so. Once you hear it click, you know it's in there. With your saddle stitch, there's an arrow right here, and you just push this down, and then this comes out. The first time we'll come out and show you how to do it because it's real particular. It's a lot of things that you have to do, but we'll come out and show you the first time, and then you're on your own after that. And just put it back in there, push it back, and they'll run out at the same time. So you'll be changing both of them at the same time. And then push that back in there. And once you close this, that'll move that unit back. Your toners, turn to the unlock position, and this comes out. There's a chip on here. That chip tells the copier what's remaining in that bottle. So you want to change it when it tells you to, not when it says YMC or K is low. Change soon. You want to change it when they say YMC or K. Change it. All right, and then just line your arrows up together. Press it in, turn to the lock position. And your waste on the bottle, you push these blue levers, it'll pop out. The new one, I have a plastic bag for you to place the old one in, because you don't want to turn it in any position to dump it on the copier or your clothes or the floor. So place this old one in that plastic bag, throw it away, and then put the new one back in just like so. And if you don't push it, have it in correctly, this door won't close. Your main power sits right here. An hour is sitting idle, it will go to sleep. To wake it up, just touch the screen and the button comes right back on. Paper trays. So you can put paper, this whole 5 rings, you put paper on both sides. And what happens is, when this side runs out, this will push that over and slide back. So this little line right here, you want to make sure that the paper is behind that, because if it's not and it's touching this, the copier will think something's wrong with it. It'll disable the tray. You won't be able to use it until you adjust the paper and turn the main power on and off, and then slide it back in there. Everything's good.